It says by the end of the year, Stellar Org will have cash access points everywhere in the world. This is really cool because this is, think about this, cryptocurrency. It should be used to actually buy things other than, oh, well, in the future, um, if you, transfer this to a particular wallet, you can convert this into pistachio nuts that you can use at your friendly local neighborhood market. But that market is in connection to such and such, and there's only one in town. Like, huh? Like, no. I like what this says. We'll have cash access points everywhere in the world. This is again how the adoption happens. It says find out more info on the blockchain.com podcast. But we're going to listen to these two guys. Only 15 seconds, but it's very, very powerful.
I can beat these guys.
11. Now it's, I don't know, maybe 11 countries are live for cash in and some number for cash out. But by the end of the year, it's going to be everywhere, right? So Stellar now will have these cash access points everywhere in the world. Now
think about that for a moment, guys. Cash access points everywhere in the world. What do you think of immediately when it comes to fiat? I think of ATMs. Cash access points everywhere in the world. Like, again, this is how we achieve mass adoption, at least from the retail side. We get it, the whole thing with ISO 222 from the financial sector is going to be the big one, but this is really, that makes it awesome because you know what, to me that's literally like an ATM, and you want to see that because if anything, even if people don't know it, they're going to ask questions like, what is this? And again, this is a real positive catalyst to say the least. At least I think so. There's a little bit more. Let's see here. I'll paste this into here. Here we go. And I showed you guys, of course, this particular diagram before, but there's a little bit more to it. So it says XLM, as in stellar lumens, will dominate the world. Research, verify, invest in your own terms. Right. None of this is official financial advice. So let's consider yourself lucky. The early bird gets the worm. We are still so very early. It's ridiculous. So we've seen this, of course, before. It says domination, control, the financially at the very top, like the top 1%, so on. But draw your attention to this right here. You can't really see it because it's too small. I'll show you what it basically says. So it says Project Genesis report to a prototype for green bond tokenization by the Liberty Consortium. This was, of course, back in November 2021. But one of the main things that was highlighted, of course, was about the Stellar blockchain. I like some of the things that are mentioned here. Let me go a little bit further here. And that is this, on the trust lines. It says one of the features used with the Stellar, within Stellar, I should say, are trust lines, a mechanism that allows controls to be placed on an asset. In Stellar, trust lines must be created between a wallet and an asset before that wallet may hold the asset. This prevents undesired participation or receiving of assets that the user has not requested. In this same way, asset issuers can specify that an asset trust line must be approved by the issuer before the user wallet can hold it. For the Liberty prototype, this allows the issuer to effectively whitelist only allowed users to be able to access the green bonds. The Liberty prototype utilizes the trust line approach in Stellar and integrates it into the user onboarding process to ensure only investors who qualify will be able to participate. In the case of Hong Kong government bonds, that would be holders of a valid Hong Kong ID card. Again, it's not having a bunch of garbage being sent through the pipeline and then on the recipient end, like, what is this? Kind of like, think about this. Some of the random airdrops you get sometimes. You hold the wallet, you're like, what is this garbage? Then you click on it and then opens up a Pandora's box. This is how the security gets solved, at least for now. And I like seeing this type of things being provided by Stellar Lumens. If we're going to do fast transactions, we have to have a sense of security. If you're going to have a way to get rid of all the garbage in between, I think this is one standout way or a mechanism, like it explains, to make it happen. A little bit more in regards to all this, um, especially when it comes to Stellar. I'm going to share this with you guys. So here we go. And it's this tweet right here. Came from Illumination Hub. It says everyone will eventually choose to get paid through USDC versus via Stellar or XLM itself. Remember, we talked about this briefly with the box earlier. Here is basically the piece I was referring to. It says let's not, I should say, forget Bitwage is working close with Stellar and just paid an Argentinian UFC athlete with USDC via Stellar. Again, he's getting USDC circles, stable coins sent to him, but the driving force behind the technology behind it is from Stellar. Kind of like, again, referring to another ISO, XRP. So, you have your central banks. They flipped the switch, I guess you could say, in November, various banks and so on. It's not that they're receiving XRP as in the cryptocurrency, but the technology that is driving that, that force, if you will, is again their utility, their technology, their mechanism. Here's another perfect example, but again, with what? With Stellar. So it says in before the hashtag paid Interstellar blows up. It says Guido Canetti, what a name, an Argentinian Ultimate Fighting Championship fighter, is now the first martial artist athlete in the country to receive 100% of his salary in stablecoins amid rising inflation and Argentina's economic deterioration, announced the crypto payroll company Bitwage on Monday. Dubbed El Ninja, maybe he knows Jeff Pruden, aka Wall. He returns to the octagon on October 1st in the United States to face the local fighter Randy Costa. According to Bitwage, Guido will receive his payment in USD coin, which is USDC, stablecoin via the Stellar network on Vibrant, a wallet application developed for Argentinians experiencing inflation, just like the rest of the world, right? According to official government figures, inflation in the 12 months through August was 78.5% in the country. My God, you think we got it bad here? It's real bad over there. So that would make sense. He gets paid with USDC, so stable, not going to go up, not going to go down, and get it paid quickly with hardly any fees from where? Stellar. It says, whereas prices in the first 8 months of the year were up 56.4%, Argentina's central bank predicted a 95% inflation rate. Jeez, that's horrible for the year, while some private analysts, I should say, forecasted a 100% inflation rate in 2022. Quote, I'm getting paid in USDC because it is safer for my future, said Canetti in a statement released by Bitwage, noting that stablecoins will spare him from volatility and devaluation of local, I guess that chops it off. But you get the gist of it. I thought that was really, really cool to see how this was. I mean, he was the first of his kind to get paid this. It was done through Stellar. But you know what? This is going to be something in which in the future, it's going to be like everybody, for the most part, might be doing this. I mean, it's not just him, but there has to be a start, and it has to be a start everywhere. We will get more into Stronghold. I didn't have a time to get into it real deeply. But again, that was the end of that last particular topic in regards to XLM. I think we'll go, look more into Stronghold maybe on another show. I'll try to maybe read up a little more about it.